This is Robert Bell for ICF. Hilliard is a city of 37,000 in Ohio, bordering the state capital city of Columbus. A nice small town, but one with big ambitions. Hilliard's council decided that among central Ohio communities, it was falling behind in the broadband race. And so they decided to do something about it. Staff did some planning, and they were able to assemble grants as well as city funding to build their own fiber network extending about 30 miles to the center of the city. And it being Ohio, they named it Hi-Fio. And they put it to work immediately connecting city facilities, their traffic signals, so that they could have smart traffic flows. They also leased it to businesses for their own connectivity and did revenue sharing deals with ISPs. Rather than just a straight lease, they went to the ISPs and said, we're going to share in your revenues from this network. And that will help reduce your upfront risks, and rather than paying for a straight lease with a fixed expense. And as you succeed, which we certainly think you will, we're going to participate in that success. We're going to be your true partners. And they did one other thing which I think was very clever. They worked on doing deals outside of Hilliard. They were able to interconnect with a successful municipal network in a neighboring community that had its own data center and extended their reach and capabilities, as well as with an internet exchange. And at that internet exchange, once they were plugged in, they were able to exchange traffic with the tier one internet providers, the biggest ones in the country, that gave them, a lot of reach all across the United States. Okay, so they spent $3 million of their own city's money. They built a 30-mile network. What were the impacts? Well, right away, they saved money. The municipal budget saw a $100,000 savings in annual telecom costs from all those checks that they were not writing to the telecom industry. They were able to attract property development. Right away, their efforts to attract property developers got easier. 2 large-scale residential developments got underway by offering direct fiber connectivity as a major amenity, right? So they built out their own fiber networks and plugged them right into Hi-Fio. And they also worked the problem of digital inclusion. Hilliard felt very strongly that they wanted their low-income households to benefit from the same kind of connectivity that the much more affluent households in these residential developments were enjoying. And so they used the revenue-sharing deals that they'd put together with ISPs to help make that happen. They were able to identify these low-income households because they sent their kids to school, and the kids participated in free lunch programs, which is a pretty standard measure of low-income households in the United States. And so by knowing exactly what households they were talking about, they were able to go to the ISPs and say, listen, you hook up one of these households, we're going to double or better your revenue sharing deal. We're going to give you a whole extra credit as though you had hooked up 2 households when you're hooking up 1. And that reduced the upfront risk for those ISPs, at the same time giving them a major incentive to deliver the best quality service to these low-income households. It was a real win for pretty much everybody in Hilliard.